happy Sunday fun day, whatever you want to call it. But we thank you all so much for stopping by. This is the Sammy's a Beer podcast live on Twitch and YouTube. Sometimes, as long as I'm not too lazy, you can catch our podcast on Apple Podcasts. With me, as always, is the infamous Tomas Rincon.
Hello, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get started. Let's get going. I'm tired, but I'm excited for today. I rushed home just to film this.
You hear that? You rushed.
It's my stress relief.
Oh, and I could use some stress release.
So through it, yeah. How was your son's game
Stress
today?
release. Well, my youngest son's team is 3 ties and 2 losses.
Hey, it's not a loss though.
Yeah. And my oldest son's team is 2 wins and 3 losses. They had a tough loss tonight. They played really well, but just some drop passes, some missed coverages on defense, and
That's all she wrote.
it wasn't disciplined football. Which
They're
my wife
8.
asked me, "What's disciplined football?" No, they're 9 and 10
They're 9.
and 10. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
just because you're young, does that mean you can't be held to a standard?
I think it means your standard gets to be a little more lenient.
I don't know.
We can discuss it on
I
the
don't know if I
podcast.
agree with,
Oh, wait.
I don't know if I agree with you on that. But
Well, it's perfect.
we thank you all so much for joining us. We are going to be talking about randomly licking things, apparently. But we're going to talk about kind of some of our favorites from television, books, movies, whether our favorite villains, our least favorite villains.
Best heroes, best mid villain. Like we're talking the Pontiac Bandit from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Great friend villain. Very rare occurrence. So we're going to really be getting into things today. I'm looking for a shot glass because that one has something in it, and I licked it, and it was gross. Perfect. There we go. It had old Pink Whitney in it, and that's what I licked, and it tasted funky. So now I might get sick. But whatever.
Well, that's the risk you run.
I got another one.
Maybe
Not
don't
sticky.
be filthy and wash stuff.
I should. This one's washed, so that's good.
You know what's really simple?
What?
So what you do is after you use something, that night before you go to bed, you just take it all and you put it in the dishwasher.
Now, unfortunately, when we do this, we play games after, and I just pass out after we're done playing games.
Well, but that's a conscious decision. Make a conscious decision to clean stuff up.
I'll try. And boobies.
Just saying. It makes your life a lot easier.
It can. It can.
It does.
It can.
It does.
Also, do you like the Cheesecake Factory?
We don't have one around here, so I haven't been there a super ton. But every time I've been there, I'm not like super impressed. I mean, it's like to me, it is what Target is to Walmart of Applebee's.
That's Chili's.
Chili's is the Target of Applebee's.
Yes.
Okay, then it's the Target of Applebee's.
Chili's is not better than Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory, while not like this super amazing restaurant, is still like up there in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like the Target of. I mean, because that's, I don't know. Like I said, I can't say that I've eaten there enough, but everything I've seen, I think it's more of a name than it is anything else.
I guess that's fair. I like it. And we're going tomorrow for my nephew's birthday, so that's why it's coming up. I'm bringing it up. But I've gotten so many mixed reactions. Either people really like it or really hate it. And I don't understand. I think it's just a good place to eat. Portions are big. I don't like cheesecake, and I'll still eat there.
Yeah.
happily.
I like cheesecake.
My girlfriend said the cheesecake sucks there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think a lot of it's probably frozen. I mean, that's what you get into anymore. Like, a lot of restaurants, unless you're getting like homemade stuff, like going to a taco truck or something, like you're just getting a lot of stuff that was made 2 days before and they're just reheating it for you.
Yeah, I mean, essentially,
You
I mean,
know?
if you go to a nicer place, obviously, but
Yeah.
that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
I really don't
You know?
care. Like I said, I fucking love Chili's. If me and Holly don't know where we want to go out to eat, we're eating either at Pasha or Chili's.
I don't know what pacha is either.
Pasha, I think it's a local, not a local thing, but a southern, more southern thing. It's Mediterranean food, and it's really good. It's
Mediterranean, huh?
Yeah. Do you guys have a lot of Mediterranean up there?
No.
Oh, dude, it's my favorite. Get some fucking some shawarma, either chicken or lamb, and a gyro with all the veggies and stuff, and some tzatziki sauce, I think, and a pickle. Slide a pickle in that bitch. Life hack. Slide a slice of pickle down that bitch. Because the naan bread's a lot like a tortilla, but fluffier and thicker. So it's like fucking
It's a
awesome.
gyro?
It's basically a gyro, yeah.
Oh, well, I like gyros.
Yeah, yeah. Gyro's Mediterranean. There's like 1,000 ways to do a gyro, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, then I really like Mediterranean because one of my favorite restaurants in town is Nick's Gyros.
Yeah, that's Mediterranean.
Okay.
I love Mediterranean food. My family doesn't. My dad's the only one that likes it. So,
We've been That used to be a good buddy of mine's hangover cure when we were in high school is we'd go out and get tore up the night before and I'd go over to his house, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning and we'd go get some gyros, some French fries, gear
oh
up for
yeah.
the next rodeo on Saturday.
Life hack: throw a couple French fries in the gyro. Oh, I mean, you can put anything in.
You don't even need it.
You don't need
You
it, but
don't need it.
it elevates it. It's like putting French fries on pizza. It elevates it.
I've never done French fries on it.
There's a local place called Gumby's where they'll cut up some mozzarella sticks, and lay French fries and sprinkle it all over the pizza.
You want to know something funny?
What?
I fucking do not like mozzarella sticks.
What?
I don't. I think they're fucking like one of the most overrated appetizers ever made.
Absolutely not. Take that back.
Oh, they are so not that great.
Take it back.
They're
Mozzarella
yeah.
sticks with good marinara sauce. Take it back right now. That is the mainstay of appetizers. That I could eat
No,
like 15 of them sons of bitches.
I'd maybe have one and I'd be like, yeah, that was too much.
Take it back.
No,
You're ridiculous. How is that the hill you're dying on right now? That mozzarella sticks are mid. You're you're ridiculous.
I wouldn't even say mid.
I don't even know you
I
anymore.
get mad when they come on you get a sampler platter. I get mad when they come on that because I want to substitute them out.
That's my favorite thing on a sampler platter, unless there's chicken tenders. I love me some chicken tenders. You're fucking nuts, dude. I cannot believe that. I'm telling everybody.
That's fine. They're like all the basic, and every mozzarella stick you get is like the same one.
This is gonna be the first clip that I make now. Like
This is
this is it.
every mozzarella stick that is out there that you get is the same one. They all come from the
Yeah,
same frozen
because you
box,
can't fucking break
and
it.
they're
It's
all
delicious.
fucking terrible.
They're delicious. They are amazing, and they're not all the same because Olive Garden they're triangles.
Did you just say that Olive Garden has good mozzarella sticks?
Yeah.
You know that everybody compares Olive Garden to the McDonald's of pasta?
How is that a bad thing for me? I fucking love McDonald's.
Do you?
I do. A lot. I have found that if I eat the double cheeseburger extra pickles, I won't get the shits. And it's like the perfect amount of food. Take the top bun off or the bottom bun. Take the
There's so
bottom bun
many
off.
better places to get cheeseburgers, though.
Well, this is when I would get off super late at night and be on my way home in this small town and nothing else is open besides the McDonald's. The Taco Bell's not open. Like, it's either McDonald's or Burger King, and I think McDonald's is better than Burger King.
Well, yeah, I'd agree with you on that. Like
So,
Burger King. Burger King is I'm surprised Burger King's still around.
me too. It's
Like
really bad.
they're opened up. We just got a Freddy's. Do you guys have
Oh,
Freddy's?
I love Freddy's. It's like it's a Culver's.
Yeah, they're really inexpensive though. Like
Hmm.
they're they're good too.
Really good. If you haven't had it, I'm sure your kids have, but the chicken tenders at Freddy's, I don't know what they do to the batter, but they're amazing.
Yeah, they've got really good food, and there's a Freddy's, and then right next door is a Burger King. We'll go sit in Freddy's. We'll watch like two cars go through Burger King, and Freddy's is like packed a line,
Yep,
2 lane drive through,
yep.
and just swamped. And Burger King gets nothing.
You want to know another little fun fact about Freddy's? Great fucking hot dogs.
You and this obsession with hot
I
dogs. I can
like the way
never
they
imagine.
taste.
I cannot imagine going to a restaurant and being like, I'd take a hot dog,
I'm
sir.
not gonna go to a restaurant and get a hot dog, but if I'm like at a place that's fast food and there's a hot dog, I'm at least gonna try a hot dog.
So is it like you get like a cheeseburger and then you get a hot dog on the side?
So if it's my first time there, like say I'm freshly walking into Freddy's to see there's a hot dog, yes, I'm gonna get a plain hot dog, dress it up how I want later, and get a cheeseburger just in case the hot dog sucks.
But then from then on, if it's a good hot dog, you'll just get a hot dog.
I'll get like two hot dogs, or I'll get a hot dog and some chicken tenders because the chicken tenders from Freddy's are really good.
Okay.
I would rather eat that than the burger.
I'd rather eat.
But like you and my brother both make really good burgers, right? Like smash
Mhm.
burgers. So I get my fix for burgers at home typically, and I'm sure your family does too. That's why if they go out, they'd rather try something different, or not try something different, just eat something different.
So I'd rather eat somebody else's hamburgers because they taste better because I didn't have to put a ton of work into them.
They taste better because you work less.
Yes.
You and my grandmother would get along great. She thinks the same thing.
Mhm. A sand When you make a sandwich versus somebody else making you a sandwich, which one's better?
Oh, Holly's sandwiches, dude. You've seen them. Those sons of bitches.
It it doesn't matter. Somebody could bring me a PB and J. It would be better than any sandwich that I would make.
Yeah, I could see your reasoning on that one. Also, there's no more love like your woman making you a sandwich. I know that's like misogynistic as hell, but having her bring you something that she made that you can eat, it doesn't have to be a sandwich, brownies, like
Is it
anything.
misogynistic though? Like you're still expected to do a lot of man things.
That's true. I am.
Like
I did that today.
if you're out camping and there's a bee in your camper, who's going in after it?
Matt.
Yeah, you tried, Matt.
I tried. It didn't work. I still don't know where that wasp went.
Or there's a noise outside. Are
Oh,
you gonna
that.
send her out?
Which is super funny because I would have rather had like a wolf be outside the camper than that wasp inside.
Yeah, right.
That's an irrational fear right there.
Or it's just the devil you know. I mean, at least you can see the wolf.
I know wolves. Like
I mean,
I could shoot a wolf and hit it. I can't shoot at a wasp
exactly.
and hit it.
Well, you can. It'd just be really hard.
I can't. Like I know I'm not going to succeed at that. And then I wanted to talk to you a little bit later about the D&D session I had today, and how I learned how real D&D is supposed to be played. And I want to get into that, like figurines and all, the whole terrain, like the whole shebang. The guy knew the rules. He's my partner. He's a great guy. He knew the rules down pat. So, but let's do our shots. I'm drinking something special today. Ready? Ready?
Ooh, some Yellowstone. I've bought Yellowstone, but I've never drank it. I got it for somebody as a housewarming gift.
I tried it. It's not bad. It's definitely got some burn in it, which is what I like. It's
Yeah.
strong, but it's smooth, so it's pretty tasty.
After how tore up I got last Sunday, I decided that I'm not going to do the Four Roses, and I went back to Angel's Envy just to see
If it was the
what it was
roses,
like. So,
yeah, you got pretty. We both did. I mean,
yeah, I had to quit playing because I was too drunk.
at 11:30. It
Yeah.
was 11:30. You're like, I'm done. You went to bed before Bubbles did.
Yep. Hmm. Yes,
That's
I did.
that's sad. If you don't mind, I'll go first. I got one
Go
already in
right
the
ahead.
chamber.
Yeah.
This shot goes to all the people, like all the people who work in the facilities that deal with patients with Alzheimer's, and have that patience and that repetition with them, and are compassionate. Because there's some that aren't. This is to them. I've worked with a couple of them recently. Some of our patients have been had to be recently admitted to facilities that help with Alzheimer's and dementia, and those are some of the best people I know. They are rocking it. They're killing it. So just want to give a shout out to them. Like I was very impressed and very happy. I would send my grandparents there. That's how well they treated everybody. And I know it's frustrating. Just dealing with them for an hour was too much for me. And these guys, day in, day out, 12-hour shifts. So here's to you, homies. You really killed it.
All right. Mine is actually going out to all youth refs, umpires, officials. Those guys are not paid well. They get screamed at by absurd parents, and it's a tough job. They're doing the best they can. They're not very good sometimes, but I still appreciate you being out there because the game relies on you, and you're putting up with a lot of shit. Cheers to you.
Badass. I like that. Ozdog is amongst that.
Really?
He's an umpire for baseball.
Doesn't that cut into his World of Warcraft time?
It does not. He makes time. It's one of those qualities about him that I actually really enjoy. He's got a few in there, believe it or not. But ever since we were kids, he's always been really passionate about baseball. So it makes sense. He's not going to play, but he knows the rules, and I thought that's really cool. And now that his son's getting older, I think he's going to, have that intersection. I think that'll be really interesting and really cool.
Just because you know the rules doesn't mean you can umpire, though.
That's true.
I've learned that very hard.
I've never seen him do it, so I hope he's good.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about him or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just, we get a bunch of our, football umpires or refs are football players, but they play tackle football and not flag, and the rules are very, very different. Like, you'd come in being like, oh yeah, I play football, I know the rules. These are very different rules.
Oh yeah. So this next one's a little sad. My shot against, and it's ironic that I'm doing a shot for it, is to all of the drunk drivers I've had to deal with this week, and it's been a lot. And the damage they caused. Look, I'm all about having a drink. I'm all about over drinking, actually. Stay home. Call a cab, call an Uber. I don't think you can call a cab anymore, actually. Call an Uber.
You can still call cabs.
Call your grandma. I don't call me. I don't care. Just don't drive drunk. Like, it's not worth it. And it made it a rough week this week. So go fuck yourself.
I kind of feel like I should just double down on that one because that one's a good one.
Do it.
There's a lot of things that I'm somewhat okay with. Drinking and driving is not one of them.
Me neither.
Because there's a lot of other options. So, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Let's get off that sad subject because that'll make me all mopey.
Mope.
This is my happy hat. Howdy. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a fishing hat.
You look like you're going to be a camp counselor.
I would make the best camp counselor. Hey kids, what's up? Welcome to Lake Okoboji. We're here to have some fun, praise Jesus, and don't make purple. Do you get that reference?
Don't make purple?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So when you go to like church camps and stuff, they'll tell you boys are blue, girls are red. Don't make purple.
Oh.
Like no touching of any kind, hand holding, finger, nothing, hugs, none of it.
Why did you say finger?
I got in trouble for it when I was a kid.
For fingering?
For just touching a finger to another finger.
Okay.
I was 10. I'm not for that.
You just, like.
But anyone who's been to a church camp can tell you, like, you say don't make purple, and they'll like know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh.
It's ingrained in there that deep. Fun little fact. I was Lutheran for a few months because of that camp. My mom just wanted me out of the house, so we went to a Lutheran church a few weeks before then, signed me up, kicked me out. Can't complain.
And what does that mean?
Lutheran?
Yeah.
I think it's like it's like light Catholicism. A lot of the same stuff, but then they like did the whole lot of like the whole Martin Luther with all the 100 things on the church door. They nailed the church door. You remember that from history class? He posted like 100 things wrong with the Catholic Church back in like the Renaissance onto the Catholic onto the door of one of the church, well, major church, and started a whole new religion because of it. Like an offshoot, like they did, it was like baptism, Baptists and all that. And it's the same. It's the same shit, the same prayers and everything, just a little bit of a different ideology.
The biggest thing that I think that he was looking to get away from was the fact that basically you just donated money, and if you donated money to the church, your sins were forgiven.
Yes,
That was
yes,
the biggest thing that he.
that sounds about right. I don't remember. I was a Lutheran for a couple months. I don't know what. All I learned to do was not make purple and wood carve. So
What?
yeah, with like the little tools and stuff. Yeah,
I'm aware of what wood carving
I
is.
made chess pieces. Felt like prison.
Fair enough.
Place the wood with soap. It's basically prison.
Or rocks. I mean, that was Shawshank.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're okay with it, I'd actually like to play Payday tonight. I know that's a little off topic, but
I don't care.
all right, cool. I'm excited for it. I've been waiting for it.
Ooh.
So I wanted to really talk about like our favorite villains, right? The best villains out there. Because let's be honest, Game of Thrones has really good villains, but I
They
feel
do.
like the best
Are they good?
villain, they're good villains. Like they're good bad people. You hate them. Like you see
Yes.
Joffrey in public and you're like, fuck that guy, because he's such a good
Yes.
villain.
If you even saw the actor now,
Yes. Oh yeah. But
or
that's not
Malfoy.
that's not the best villain. The best villain is like, and I know you might not know this reference. I don't know if you played the game or not. I don't know if it's up your alley, but Far Cry 3 came out early 2010s and had the literal best villain I think I've ever seen in any form of media in my entire life. It was Vargas, and his insanity coupled with just the way he held himself with the voice acting and the gameplay, he was the most impactful and best villain that I have seen since then and before then. Like best villain. Very
What
Joker-esque.
made him?
It was just the way that he portrayed himself, the way that you killed him in the end, and like all of the actions he took up into that point. Like he was literally he's like the Joker. He was actually insane, but in a way that you could justify it because of the situation. And like, he was just so good, so evil that you hate him, but so crazy and so deranged that you're like kind of scared of him as a boss. You know, it was, and I was a kid when that game came out, so I think it might have impacted me more because it was a little bit more of a time where I could be impacted more. But he
Yeah.
to this, it's I mean I haven't played that game in over a decade, and I still can say his name and remember a bunch of lines from him. So just
Nice.
saying.
So that's your all-time best villain of all time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All-time best villain of all time.
The
I like how you
best,
said all-time
the
twice.
all-time best villain of all time. Yeah.
um, Mine, the best villain of all time is actually who the show I think is who the show was created after. And I think the best villain of all time is Walter White,
Never saw them show.
which is completely fine.
Is it?
But I mean, but essentially he was like an average, normal person.
He was a science teacher, right?
He was a high school science teacher
Mm-hmm.
who thought he was being diagnosed. He was being diagnosed with lung cancer,
Mm.
and he had a wife and a 17-year or like a 15-year-old son, and his wife was pregnant, so they were expecting another.
Damn, 15
And
years
he
in
thought
between.
he was dying, and he didn't have any money. He didn't have money to pay for treatment. He didn't have anything,
Yeah.
and so he's like, I need to. I can't leave my family with nothing. And so he started cooking meth, which is terrible. Like cooking meth is a horrible, horrible thing.
Yeah.
But like you could understand what he was doing and like you're rooting for him, but at the whole exact same time, it's like you're the bad guy here.
He's breaking the law,
Like
right?
Well, but not even breaking the law. But I mean, he's creating this poison that's going to affect thousands and thousands of people. And he's, I mean, he was extremely good at making meth. He made like the best meth around.
It's
And
blue,
then
right?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
blue meth because of, because he was a chemistry teacher and like he got like the percentages like super good and all this stuff. But I mean, he did like he killed people and like he fucking used his science knowledge to fucking disintegrate bodies in vats of fucking acid
It's very
and
cartel, all right.
like, oh yeah, like he was super super bad, but you were rooting for him at the exact same time.
That's a good villain. Yeah.
Like you understood where he was coming from, and it was like if I was dying and I could do all this bad stuff, but to set my family up, would you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I would, no questions.
Yeah. That's
Like
my honest answer. I would. It's not a great response. I mean, I get it. Like, we're
it's
supposed to
not.
be good
Like we're
people.
supposed to be good, chivalrous, and care about humanity and all these other people, and it's like, no, if my family doesn't have me here, they're gonna have a buttload of cash.
Which, if I die, that happens. Thank you, Uncle Sam. How much is your life insurance policy right now?
Half a mil.
Oh, that's good. Not a lot of people have that much. That's really good. Like a lot of people are
And then
like
I and
40 to 50,000 max.
then
Like,
I have like accidental, like that's just one policy. Then I have like an accidental death and disability, and I have like just burial insurance, and a couple
hmm
other things.
do
But
you want to be buried?
no,
Man after my
I
own
do
heart.
not. I do
Now,
not.
how do you feel about a Viking funeral?
Oh, I wish I could.
Illegal, yeah.
Well, you can do it. I think you can do it. I've been told in Colorado.
Like, yeah, but they have lakes. It's not the ocean. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't want an ocean. Like I'm not an ocean guy. I
I'd like
want
the
like a
ocean.
river.
Oh, a river would be cool. Let it flow. It'll get to
Yeah,
the ocean.
yeah, exactly.
Um, for the Air Force, it's at 500,000 also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I had to register what we switched topics a few times. I'm like
yeah. Sorry,
500.
I'm jumping. I'm jumping. I'm all over the
Like
place.
500,000 for a burial? Like what?
No, yeah. It's 500,000. Even for reservists, it's still 500,000. So it's awesome. And then you can take out other policies, obviously, of course. And then if you're deployed, it's even more.
It's funny knowing some of that stuff because now like I'll watch TV shows and like there was a kid and his dad was in the military over in Afghanistan and was killed in Afghanistan, had an IED blow up, and they're like, I don't know how he's gonna pay for this funeral, and I'm like, are you fucking stupid?
That kid's rich
This is
now. Like
yeah like
rich.
yeah. I'm like, this is so stupid. I hate seeing stuff like that in TV shows
That's dumb.
or movies. And it's and it little things like that they just kind of make up whatever they want. And you're
Oh yeah.
like, you're just doing this for drama and it's fucking ridiculous. Come
That
on.
is that is ridiculous.
Stop.
He's taken
Cut
care
it
of
out.
forever. Like say when if I'm deployed in a live environment like that and I die, Holly gets say we're married, Holly gets the 500 thou and my paycheck for the rest of her life as long as she doesn't remarry.
But you're not married.
Which when we get married, you know what you
Yeah.
know what I'm
But
getting
I'm
at.
just saying, like, you can't say that because you're not married.
Oh, if I deploy again, I'm getting married.
Oh.
We already had that discussion.
Yeah, we have.
No, her and I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I told my mom too, and she's like, "Yeah, just make sure I'm there, whatever."
Speaking of your mother,
Oh, my mother.
she now follows us on
She
Facebook.
does. Yes, she does. I saw
Did she
that.
tell you?
No, I saw it happen. I
Okay.
haven't talked. I haven't been home. You
I just
know,
saw it and I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
you can add her as a friend if you want. That's
I
perfectly
think that'd be a
acceptable.
little weird.
All of my friends have her as friends. It's
Yeah, but all of them have probably met her or had a conversation with her.
that's fair too. Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
Yeah, my mom's an angel and a gangster all at the same time. So
So what about funniest funniest villains of
funniest
all time?
villain. Ooh,
I can lead off if you want with this
yeah,
one.
I'm gonna need to think.
I had funniest villain of all time is Doctor
Dr. Evil?
Doctor Evil.
I mean,
From
he is
Austin Powers.
funny. Yeah, no, I
Oh,
know.
he's fucking hilarious.
But which no, I can't say that. I can't say that. It's about work people. People from work. I can't say that.
Oh, or you could go. I mean, the other one is what is it? Megamind.
Well, he wasn't the villain though.
He was.
He wasn't. He never
He
was.
was.
He was
He
never
was.
supposed to be.
He was.
No,
But he was.
he was not. It's so funny you mentioned that because I haven't talked to Carlos in a few weeks. He just texted me asking about Payday, which is why I asked, and that was his favorite movie growing up was Megamind. He
Okay.
loved Megamind because of
It's
the
a good movie.
characters. Oh, it's a great
Yeah.
movie. Which, by the way, Pixar's putting out some fucking bangers right now. If you haven't watched them.
Well, yeah, that's because Disney is fucking shit in the bed.
Oh, aren't they Disney? No,
They are,
I was about to say
but like
It was
they're
on Disney
step,
Plus.
but they're like separate.
Oh, if you get the chance,
Like
watch the movie Elemental.
if you go into Disney Plus, you like there's a Pixar section, and then there's
There is, yeah, it's a
like
separate
they're
studio.
under the umbrella, but
Yeah.
because like Disney's been shit in the bed.
Well, which it's funny you say that. Elemental, right? Just came out. Really good. We watched it at the station. I thought it came to the point I was doing my report. I stopped doing my report to watch the movie. It was that good. I thought it was. It's not like the best movie ever made, but it was definitely very entertaining, very nice to watch. Had a great ending, great romance, and it was really cool. Not really cool because of this, but I did notice that there wasn't a whole lot of wokeness in the movie because there couldn't be because they weren't people. You know what I mean? Like they were just elements. So it was actually really, really refreshing, really, really cool. And it was a little more traditional. The main characters were male and female, kind of. I mean, it's fucking water and fire. Like you can't really give a gender to an element, but you know what I mean? They look like it,
We
and
can.
they did,
Obviously, the guy was fire,
and it was really cool because it was about,
right? Am I
no,
right? The guy was fire.
the guy was water
The guy was water.
and very emotional and kind of a doofus, like very Chris Pratt. You know what I mean?
Like Chris Pratt as Andy Dwyer.
Yeah,
Okay, because
kind
Chris
of.
Pratt has a
Yeah,
lot of other characters
he
that
does. He
are
does.
not like that. Like
But I mean, Star Lord's
the
kind of like
Tomorrow
that.
War.
Oh,
The
the Tomorrow
Tomorrow
War
War.
was, yeah, no, that's fair. He was a rough and tough dad. I did like that. But
I
he's
loved his character in that.
but he's always a wholesome man or dad or goofy dude. Like he's not, you know, this
He's a
effeminate
little bit
character.
goofy, but he's not like but he's always like a dude.
He's always a dude. And the main character is a dude, but he's also not afraid to show his emotions, which I thought was something that's really awesome and healthy to show in a kid show.
I'd agree.
He expressed himself, and it was actually all about diversity and culture. Yeah, the exact. You have to watch it. You
You're
have to watch it.
well, you're really contradicting yourself here because you're telling me it's not a woke movie
It's
and didn't have any
diversity
wokeness,
is not wokeness.
but then you're also talking to me about it.
Diversity is not
Totally
wokeness. We are all
opposite.
diverse. Like it's about someone coming from another land to a city that isn't really made for them, which is very much like my people, fucking a lot of people's people, right? And then
Yep.
making their way. That's the American dream, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Like, and it's really cool. And they do a little Pakistani spin on the. I think it's Pakistani, like Middle Eastern, which is funny because the director is actually Korean, and he pulls a lot of his stuff from Korea. But like the actual like stuff that it's pulled from is very very Middle Eastern, and it worked really well. It was super
So
good.
this is gonna go way off topic, but if I don't think to remember to talk to you about it right now, I'm not gonna remember to talk to you about it.
I'm ready. I'm sitting
This
up.
is super important. How much do you like cheese?
I love cheese.
Okay, right? Did you know that there's a type of food out there, like a whole culture of food that doesn't use cheese at all? And you've probably never thought about it. And now that I tell you, you're going to be like, what the fuck? They don't.
Is it the Asians?
Chinese food.
Yeah, they don't really use cheese.
They don't use cheese at all.
Huh. I mean, crab rangoons have cream cheese. But yeah, you're right. They don't have a lot of cheese. Hmm.
Like there's no cheese in their main dishes. There's no cheese.
Red flag. And that's why we're
Like
gonna fuck them up in the war. Yep. That's the
like
reason. Eat cheese.
I
Koreans use cheese in Korean dishes. Cheese it's not a mainstay,
yeah.
but it's definitely in there.
Well, I mean, it's not like one of my favorite things about Mexican food is there's cheese on everything.
Well, actually, there's
One of the
not. That's
one of the least favorite things that one of the things that I found out that I'm really unhappy about is that queso is actually a super American thing,
yeah.
and that
I was about to
a
say
lot of Mexican people don't eat queso, and I'm like, well, that fucking ruins queso for me
a lot of
because
Mexicans don't eat cheese. Actually, well, we eat cojita, which is a cheese, but it's not as common as you think. So it's there. Goat cheese, like the pungent cheese. It's there. Enchiladas, like
yeah,
that's a thing. But my
cheese
gra-
quesadillas.
my grandparents didn't really eat cheese a lot. But I think that was more of a being poor thing than it was
I'd
like.
agree. I'd agree.
Which, oh man, I'm so glad we're talking about films and stuff. By the way, watch Elemental with your kids. Great movie. Awesome. Get off that
But before you
soapbox.
get too deep into this, can I tell you about one of the worst movies that I've watched?
Sure.
It was my wife made me watch it. We actually had to subscribe to Passion Flicks to watch this on Amazon Prime.
Is it porn?
God, I wish it was. But it was I don't even remember the name of it now. But she wanted to watch it. She was dead set on watching it. But it was about these two guys that like started a wingman club for girls where the guys would help girls get the guys that they dreamed of.
Okay.
It was so fucking bad. Like I tried to play on my phone, but it was so bad I almost couldn't stop watching because the acting was terrible, the settings were terrible, the props were terrible. There was nothing good about it.
That bad?
Yeah, it was that bad.
Why did you watch it?
Because my wife wanted to.
Huh? Oh, good enough reason.
I mean,
Yeah.
sorry.
Which, by the way, my dad, little dirty secret, loves watching Lifetime movies.
I can I could get
I
behind it every so
understand
often.
why. I understand why. It's a
Like,
simple movie with a happy ending.
yeah, there's a lot of okayness of wanting to make yourself feel good.
Oh yeah.
And like we watched Greater, the Brandon Burlsworth story the other night, and three out of the four people in my house cried, and the only person that didn't was my youngest son, and I don't think he knew what was going
He
on.
didn't understand what was happening,
Yes.
which is fair. Good for you, Lincoln. Good for you. You're not a little bitch.
So, but I didn't mean to get us off topic. Go ahead and go with what you got.
Okay. Um, all right. So I recently, and so this movie might not resonate with you like it did with me, and I'm not saying it resonated with me because I struggled or anything like that, or am super into being Mexican. I just think it was a really good movie. But the guy from Ant-Man,
Flamin' Hot.
the Mexican from
Oh,
Ant-Man, right? Do you
yep.
remember him? He
Yeah.
recently started a new Amazon movie called A Million Miles Away.
Yeah, where he was a migrant farm worker and wants to go to space, and he does, right?
He did, yes. True story. Like they were very accurate with the story, including to mention show how many fucking kids this dude had. He was a breeder, like 100%.
You
Typical
know,
Mexican fashion.
I'm still really, really hurt, and I don't anything that says based on a true story, I don't fucking believe anymore. I don't believe it at all. Like it can be a great movie, great
I
story,
think
but I
it's
don't believe it. After Remember the Titans and The
that's
Blind
fair.
Side both being completely fabricated, other than a few like names that were real. I'm done. I'm done with based on a true story. I have I don't think humanity's that great. I think we make movies that are that great.
Yeah, I I don't know. I'd like to believe this one specifically because the budget was so low. So I know this movie so much. I know the budget and its returns, and like I was real into it. Budget of 10 mil, which is nothing nowadays. It killed it on Amazon. Several like millions of views. Watched all the way through. Like it did amazing for something that I don't think was released in theaters. It didn't say it was. It's an Amazon original. I really liked it. I think it was a good story, and it they took out the equation the struggle in a sense, right? Because it cuts to when he's like an engineer, like he's made it. He's out of the struggle. He's not a migrant worker anymore. Like they show when he's a kid, and then they show him as like a fucking dude that makes a lot of money, supports himself, his family and everything. He made it, and in the eyes of his parents, he fucking made it. And then the rest of the 70% of the movie is about him going to space, and that's what I liked about it because it was a struggle, and it is a struggle. Like that's tough. That's not an easy thing to get into, or do.
Yeah.
And I was making lasagna to take to the station, and Junior put it on, just something to watch while he was doing work from his laptop, and I got sucked in. The acting was great. There's struggle and payoff, and it just did well. It did as good like it was like an Adam Sandler movie. Like it just did good. You know what I mean? Like made me feel
Mhm.
good, made me feel happy, and had a payoff. Like and then you come to find out like it's real. And then like my dad doing my dad things because I had them watch it too. He was looking up stuff, and I guess most of that movie is true. We have
That's
interviews
good.
from the news station and everything. It was awesome. I'm super impressed and happy with that movie. But like I said, it resonated with us because we do come from a Mexican household. While we don't know that struggle, that's a whole different thing. We do. I personally get proud when someone of my race does something super cool, right? I know it's kind of weird, but I am.
I don't find it weird at all. But I do have some questions for you though.
I have answers for you.
So I want you to think of the movie.
Okay.
Think of how excited and proud you were.
Hmm.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think of the main character as black. Are you excited still? Are you proud?
Well, what's his struggle? Because he's not going to be a migrant worker.
Why black people can't be migrant fucking workers?
They're not. It's not that they can't be. It's just they're not. They weren't. That time period has passed. Doesn't happen anymore. They weren't. They were smarter than us, I guess. I don't know what to
Okay.
tell you.
So he typical typical black background.
Which is what, Matt? Which is
Grew
what?
up grew up in a struggling urban neighborhood.
Chicanistan. Got it. Yes.
Never heard that one, but okay. Yeah.
Chicanistan? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a thing. I think I'd still really like the movie. I don't think it would resonate with me as much, but I think I'd still like the movie. And I'm sure that's an actual thing.
What if he was white?
Yeah, I actually would like it probably more than the Mexican, as fucked up as that sounds. I don't know why, but I like really resonate with white people. I don't know. It's like a thing. It's not good.
see,
I think I'm too used
see,
to
and,
it.
see, and I'm the opposite. Like, because he's Mexican, I would be like, all right, yeah, I want to see this dude succeed because he's Mexican.
Nah, like I
There's
like it when they're
there's
white. It's
there's
weird.
plenty of fucking white
I think that's
astronauts.
why I'm used to it because like there's plenty of white people doing cool shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like me, kinda. I mean, let's be honest. I'm very Americanized. White people kind of built the America we know today, obviously with other races and other things, but a lot of it does come from white culture. White culture is a thing. Like, it's okay.
Is it?
It
It's
is from
not.
my perspective.
It's
It's
not.
okay. It's plenty fine. Irish, Italian, Greek, like it's you guys just weren't born American. Like it's a
I would.
mash.
Hey. You shut your mouth right there. I was fucking born
Oh,
American.
were you?
I
Uh,
was. I
it's
have
like,
zero ties to any other country.
yeah, all right. You can even see it in your cooking. Actually, by the way, I have a great recipe. So my one of my coworkers, she
Yeah,
is
way to get off of it. Yeah,
she's
way to
well,
jump ship on
no,
that.
it circles
Yeah,
back.
good work.
So she
Good work.
is very into historically accurate things. So like she goes to the Renaissance festivals, several, more than one, in appropriate garb for the time. She makes all the clothing herself. She's very into it. And I thought it was really cool. She also makes food that's like culturally appropriate for those different like countries. So Ireland, Scotland, Spain, Norway. I have a recipe for a goulash she made us on shift. It was fucking sausage and potatoes, and it was so fucking delicious. I don't know who said white people can't cook, because this shit was amazing. It was so good that I had her type it up and give it to me. That's how good it was. Actually, I should probably send it to you. It was
You should.
fucking awesome.
Sausage and potatoes, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. It took her an hour to make max, and it was so good. And then
I don't know if I ever had goulash with sausage and potatoes.
it is called a cozy one-pan wonder, saucy Hungarian red potato goulash, like a warm blankie for the soul. It
Just the
was,
name fucking sells me.
I know it
A
it
warm
was
blanket for my
good.
soul.
It was
My
really
my
good.
my soul could use a warm
I
blanket
fucking tore
sometimes.
it up. Now, did I put hot sauce on it? Absolutely, I put hot sauce on everything, but it was still really good.
Well, white people aren't very good at like seasoning things.
She does use less salt, but that's more of a health choice than a ingredients choice.
My
That
salt's
we talked
like
about it.
super important for you.
It can't, yes, but too much salt's bad for you. So she put some
Well,
salt,
too
but
much of anything's bad for you.
too much. Ah, yeah, I guess so.
Name one thing that you drink, you have too much of that isn't bad.
Pussy. Anyways,
That'll cost you a lot of money.
yeah, it's all right.
Bad for you.
God damn it, Carlos. He's been asking me about Payday 3 and like, oh, why do you gotta play it to see if it's good first? Blah blah blah. I'm like, it's on Game Pass, dude. I'm just gonna play it and I'll let you know if it's good. And he's like, oh, I have Game Pass. All right, well, fuck me. I love him.
Are there doors in this game that he can fucking bust in?
I love him so much. And I don't complain about working overtime because this man puts in like over 100 hours a week, every week. He lives his job, but he loves his job. He loves what he does.
How do you
It's
put in over 100 hours a week? Like that's 20-hour days.
it's Carlos. Yeah.
You can't not sleep.
Okay, it's probably not 100 hours. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, man. Like he puts in a lot. He puts in enough overtime to be in a different tax bracket than my parents. So, yeah. Uh,
I question your knowledge on things sometimes, sir.
you should. I'm kind of an idiot.
I feel like you're the Bobby Lee of our duo.
I love Bobby Lee. Also, I tried the mead, homemade mead, right? Paramedic friend of
Yep.
mine. I'll give you a accurate reaction. Great guy. Mm, huh. It's honestly, so I don't like hops. And it's not very hoppy, but there's like that beer aftertaste. It's super good. Not very sweet.
It's a yeasty aftertaste.
Oh,
Tastes
that's
like
what it
Miller
is.
Lite.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It, I gotta say, like I could drink that when it's cold outside.
So never in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, apparently we're supposed to have a really cold winter this year, but so
Yeah.
okay.
It's me holding my breath. Never
Yeah,
heard that expression?
yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
Oh, yeah.
Me holding my breath.
All right. Well, calm down. But yeah, so movies are great, villains are great. Sorry to get. I'm actually absorbing more media now that I have more free time, which is weird because I'm working more, but I have more free time. Uh, So I kind of have more opinions
Our
on things.
best superhero of all time. Let's end on some high notes here.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's the best superhero of all time.
Uh,
Who's yours first before we get into this?
uh, there's two ways I can go here.
Mm-hmm.
So, first one, I'm just gonna list them both because I don't know if I could rank them above each other. First one's gonna be Iron Man.
Okay. Man of the people.
Iron Man was a guy who had an unlimited amount of money and could have done whatever the fuck he wanted.
He did.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
But what he wanted to do was create an iron suit to protect people.
Well, he made the suit to protect himself, and then he used it to protect people, and that's what I respect about him more because
Yeah.
he's realistic.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, when he was in the bunker, like, if we're gonna go based off the movies.
Now, are we gonna just do movies, or are we gonna do comics as well? Because I've got some shit. I'm definitely doing comics for Spider-Man. I don't know if you know much about Tony Stark for comics.
No,
So
I don't know anything about it. I don't read comics. I
I like,
apologize.
I like the comics. But if we don't want to go that route, that's totally fine. That actually takes away a lot of his struggle if you don't do the comics.
Um, so yeah, I would say Tony Stark, and the other one is Goku.
Oh God, yeah, Goku. I love Goku.
He is just such a simple, stupid, fucking
Now,
like I'm just gonna do what I have to do, whatever the right thing is, and I don't even care
what the
what
consequences
anything
are?
else happens.
Yeah.
Nope, none of it. Like I couldn't care any less. He is like the definition of pure good.
Now let's talk
And
about.
I think he could beat up Superman.
Oh, technically he'll lose, but yeah,
I don't think so. You can say technically.
technically he'll
I actually
lose.
saw a really funny meme, and it was Superman like all battered and torn, and he's like, "Finally, I took down Goku," and Vegeta was standing there, and he's like, "Goku, you just beat up Yamcha," and then you just see a picture of Goku standing in the background smiling like a dumbass.
So the biggest argument for Goku versus Superman is that Goku is the man that breaks all limits, right? He surpasses all of his
Mhm.
limits. Superman is the man with no limits. And again, comic books, if you really go into it, technically, and I hate it because I love Goku more than Superman, technically Superman comes out on top.
I'm gonna disagree.
Now, with Dragon Ball Super coming out and a lot of things coming to fruition, it's a closer fight, but yeah. And you have Goku and you have this opinion of Goku. I need you to watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And I know that sounds super lame. It's a fan-made thing, like it's just like fan fiction for Dragon Ball Z. I think they have a better Goku than actual Goku. I think they have a better Vegeta than actual Vegeta because it's more held in realism. And like there's a moment in the Buu saga for this series where Vegeta has the Majin, right? The M, and Goku's been gone and Vegeta's mad and he's like, I want to fight because of this. I want to fuck you up because of this and this and this. And Goku's like, dude, chill. Like, if you want to fight, like let's just fight. You know what I mean? It really seals in the simpleness of Goku, the simplicity of he's just there to have a good time and fight. That's what he likes. He's just doing his thing
Yeah,
and he does the right thing. He does what he thinks is right. And I think that's awesome. And I think it's more talked about and better portrayed in this fan-made series that's super stupid. Like it's really stupid than it is in the actual show.
fair enough.
You're welcome. Uh, but the best hero, absolutely, to watch and to see struggle is Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man will always win, but Peter Parker will always lose. And that's why
See,
I like
that's
him
what
so
I don't
much.
like about it.
That's what I
That's what
love
I
about him.
dislike about him the most.
I think it's
Is
awesome.
I dislike that. I don't want to watch them have to lose because it ingrains this. If you keep doing the right thing, then you're going to lose.
You will lose, and he has his good moments, right? But it's not about winning or losing at that point. It's about the struggle. Spider-Man will always struggle to do the right thing. He will always pursue it, no matter what. And that's why I think he's the best hero. Because he loses every fucking time, right? He wins as Spider-Man, loses as Peter Parker, but he's still out there doing it anyways. That's why I like Spider-Man so
Yeah,
much.
I
It's the
don't.
tenacity.
That's why I dislike him so much.
That's
Because I don't like watching Peter Parker have to suffer because of Spider-Man.
But think about realism for it. Like it's a thing. If I think it's pretty spot on. And
Elon Musk would disagree with you because he's Iron Man
he is
and
gonna be Iron
he's
Man.
winning all around.
He's not Iron Man yet.
He's got an iron suit somewhere. Don't fucking try to pretend that he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. No, that's
He's figured it out, and it's got fucking 95 little electric motors and a giant battery pack on the back.
is that what it has? And he's got the
And that
lightsaber
runs.
from that dude from YouTube.
Yep.
Uh, no, and we have so many good points of media that have give just so many good heroes, villains. There's no way we could have cover them all or watch or read them all. I mean, our books alone, I think Augustus is a great villain in Red Rising, because
Yes.
you
And
hate
I think.
him the whole time.
Mhm.
And I think Darrow's a great hero because he's so imperfect. He's not the best at anything, you
Yeah.
know. And so it's just we could never
And
encompass
Cassius
everything.
makes such a good villain because you like him so
I
much.
love Cassius. I love him so much. You did not come through there, good buddy.
You need to read the last book.
I know, I know. I'm actually starting it Monday, tomorrow.
Like the group that we're in has officially released
The
spoilers. Like
spoilers. I
they don't
had to
even have to
block them.
warn you about it anymore.
Yeah, I had to block them. I finished The Fourth Wing. I actually think that was a really good book. Besides the sexy that I couldn't get behind because it's a little weird for me. Uh, Great character development, great magic system, great world building. Like awesome book. Really good time. It's just a little too sexy for me, which I get. Some people like that. It's fine. Not for me. I like the fade to black, when things getting sexy.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a big. I don't even like it in movies. Like
Me neither.
as much as I read, rather as much as I like seeing titties. Don't get me wrong.
We all
Anytime
do.
I'm offered to see titties, I'm
You're gonna
all
say
on board.
yes.
But I do, I think there are so many scenes in movies that are just completely outrageous that are
Oh
uncomfortable for
yeah.
everybody to watch and make movies like less desirable because of it.
Unnecessarily
Yeah,
undesirable. Yeah. And I get some people do like that. And I'm sure it's actually probably a large population of people that like movies like that. I'm just not one of those guys.
quit being pervs.
If I want to watch porn, I'm going to watch porn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or read porn. Although I gave it a shot. I didn't like it. I don't know. It's weird.
Reading porn would be fucking. I don't know. I don't think I could do that.
It's weird. Didn't do it for me. But for some people, it
So,
works.
what if you were reading porn that was written by a dude about a girl? Like, so you'd be getting.
Completely inaccurate information?
Well, no, what I'm saying is like you would be listening to another dude describe this. Like,
Is that gay?
that sounds a lot of gay.
It's a little gay. It's like a
It
little
sounds a
gay.
lot gay.
But in the same instance, is butt stuff gay then, in any context? It's a little gay. It's a little
Uh,
gay. A little bit.
a little bit. It depends on whose butt, I would say.
I guess that's fair.
That would be the big factor. If you're catching a finger up the stink star and you're the guy, it's a little gay.
God.
That's how I feel about it. So, but we are at time.
Awesome.
So it is time to say goodbye. You don't have to go home, but you can no longer stay
But you
here
can't
and
fucking
listen to
stay
us.
here.
So, do you have any final words for the people? You want to say something funny?
Show me.
My
It's a
son,
duck.
my son painted this for me. It's
Why
supposed to
is
be Psyduck.
why is the duck doing meth? Like
It's
it's
Psyduck.
oh, I could see it.
I think he was looking at his Pokemon cards and drew me a picture.
Yeah, that's why the eyes are so like focused. I like
Yeah,
it.
Psyduck. The funny
That's all I
part
got
is
to
it
say.
puts a big duck over your face.
I'm good.
And it
I'm
is
good.
it is duck season too, so.
Oh, it is. Those
All
bastards.
right. Any final words for the people out there?
Have a good day. Don't call the ambulance unless you need it.
All right. Well, we thank you all so much for stopping by and joining us on the Sammy's a Beer podcast live here on Sunday night on Twitch and YouTube. We appreciate you all so much. Um, we hope you have a fantastic week. And if you don't, we'll be back live. I don't know when. The next time we're live. And we hope to see you then. Thomas, quick question for you. What's
What?
one doodle plus one doodle?
It's what's Wundle plus Wundle, and that's Toodles. Goodbye, everybody.
I already hit stop with the second you said toodles.